Hello and good afternoon, happy Saturday and all that jazz. I think we'll be continuing Fulgrim today. I'm in a little bit of a spot where I kind of should be using the airbrush, but I'll do that off stream sometime because I want to add like a grey tint to this. At the moment it's very blue, which is cool. I like blue, but it's not quite what I had envisioned for him. So I'm not blinding myself too much. I think today will be horns and hair. That is the plan anyway. I'm not entirely sure. Let me just take his head off. Ooh. Nearly knocked my boiling hot tea in my own lap. Fantastic. I am not sure how I managed to miss a bit of imperfection underneath his hair here. It just doesn't look very nice, so I will have to do a bit of the rest of this. This wasn't all of it, was it? Could have sworn I had more blue tack than this, but maybe not. Bit of an imperfection there, which I don't hugely like, so I'll have to do a bit of sanding, which, well, it's only a tiny bit, so I'm not going to be super anal about. Makes you wonder how something like that even happens. Must clarify, don't do this at home. It is resin. But it's literally only a teeny tiny bit, and if this is the thing that tops me, I think it's just bad luck, really. Right. Now his hair, on all the imagery I have for him, is like a bluish grey colour. So I am thinking like Briar Queens, possibly as a base. Maybe mix that slightly with something a bit darker. Hey, White Wolf, you alright? How are you doing? Are you streaming today? Chilling with the little one? Nice. If you paint, you might throw her. Is he doing your head in? I gotta admit, I have days like that where I literally can't face touching a certain model purely because of how he's treated me or not treated me, or He is so freaking fragile. I think you need to base all the parts before getting critical. Yeah. It can be really difficult though. Like I'm looking at Fulgrim and I know that I'm doing section by section and that I can't be as difficult or as hard on myself as I normally would want to be. But I'm also very much aware of what I want from the paint job, and if it's not going there, it can be quite crap. So at the moment in this cup is a mix of Briar Queen, I think it's Chill? Yeah, Briar Queen's Chill and some Shyesh Purple. Hoping for an airbrush day tomorrow. Yeah, I need a bit of airbrushing. I spent some time working on him yesterday. Obviously should have done airbrushing, but I was too busy with too busy doing brushwork on the tail scales that I forgot that I should finish it off with an airbrush session, and then it's fine. It's not a problem. Like I'll just need to do it at some point, but I don't want to do it on stream because it's noisy and I don't like sitting here and spending ages mixing paints in a little cup and then pouring them and cleaning my airbrush and all that. It's just, yeah, not really the kind of content I want to be putting out there for no other reason, and I don't particularly like watching myself fumble through airbrushing. Nivian went to a family barbecue this afternoon with his at his stepsister's house, I guess. And he said I could come, but if I just wanted to paint today, that was an absolutely valid response, so here I am. So I did want to paint because I don't have an awful lot of time, and I realised, I was told earlier this week that our hobby store has announced its second painting competition, and this time they're splitting it into two categories. One is official. One is for people who have competed and won prizes. Places like Golden Demon, Iron Skull, that kind of place. And the rest is for us normal sods, so everyone has a chance. You wife before leaving for work. Prime my next model today. Oh god, yeah, you have created a monster, but what a monster it is. I'm glad she's enjoying it though. It's such a cool hobby to do together, and it's yeah, it's really nice. It's something to that you both enjoy. Journeyman Master category. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like, well, they just called it professional painters and the rest, basically. which I feel is fair, because when they did their first competition, when they did their they had their 11-year anniversary event, we had people there, and I'm positive that they were like, I think there were like 3 what looked like Golden Demon entries kind of skill level, and I'm like, yeah, so that's not really fun for the rest of us. Which I think they realised as well. Like, it's like not really fun if everyone, yeah. If it's basically obvious from the outset who is or isn't going to win. And I'm obviously not entering just to win, but also because I just want to enter. But it's a bit icky if you can't really if it feels like you're not really entering, like you don't have a chance. So that's yeah, at least you should have a chance. After the Miss You Thursday, I am feeling better. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I just sort of started during the afternoon, and I just felt a headache coming on, like behind my left eye socket, and it just got worse and worse. And I took some painkillers around lunchtime, just after, well, sort of around 2 o'clock-ish. Didn't even touch the side. Didn't do anything. And tried to sort of push through it, because I really hate not not being able to do the things that I want to do. So yeah, but yeah, it didn't get any better, and I walked the dog in the evening when we got home, and I got back and I was like, I'm gonna be miserable. So I went to bed, slept for about 3 hours, woke up, had some food, slept some more, and then when Nick came to bed, I slept some more. So yeah, I clearly needed it. Felt much better in the morning, but still a little bit tender. But it's yeah, I think we're there now. It's I heard you guys did pretty well on during the raid, but that it was there were some technical difficulties with tanks having a weird bug not being able to use their cloak. But yeah, this competition upcoming. Ah yeah, Salbar, yeah. This upcoming competition is winter themed, and they say, like, if you can convince us that something is winter themed, you can enter it. And I was thinking, I don't have anything that's winter themed. I don't particularly want to finish Fulgrim and then slap him on a winter base just because of this competition. So I will. I was looking at models and found a. I thought, oh, you know what? I haven't done a dreadnought yet. And Nick found a 3D printable Space Wolves dreadnought kit. Yeah, that's really weird. Like everyone flying off and the tanks were like, guys. But yeah, so we'll probably be doing that little Space Wolves dreadnought. Not the official Games Workshop Space Wolves dreadnought, obviously. But because that's just really old, and it looks a little bit weird, I think, anyway. glad you're feeling better. Thank you. So am I. It was not a fun time. And I wish I could work out what it is that's causing it, but I'm not sure. I'm wondering if it's my aligners, maybe? Like my skull not enjoying me rearranging my teeth. Because I do feel like I've been getting more headaches since I've had them, but also can't say for sure, so it's one of those. But yeah, much better today. Got up at a reasonable time and took the dog out for a little play at the dog field nearby. He played with some dogs and chased his ball for a bit and came back, had some lunch, sat on the sofa for a bit, and now I'm here. So Saturday, so far so good. And I should still be able to do Mythic Plus tonight. So at least I'll have something in my vault. I still haven't checked my vault actually for last week. Just having a little look at this picture. Just trying to work out, technically speaking, what's supposed to be what color, according to the official paint scheme. I just need some dark purple. This is almost a burgundy. Very pretty. Bonk. I should know not to pick up my paintbrush as soon as the bonk starts. Good afternoon, Painted. Thank you for the care package. How are you doing? You alright? hope you're having a lovely Saturday so far. You're okay? Went to bed at 8:30, didn't get up till 11. Sounds like you needed it. I did something similar on Thursday where I went to bed at 6 because I felt rubbish. Only woke up around 9 to have a bit of dinner. Back to sleep again and didn't wake up until the next morning. So, yeah. Some days we just really, really need the sleep. Were you okay? Were you just really tired or were you poorly? Needed a recharge? Yeah. It happens. Feeling better today? I'm glad to hear it. That's good. You up to much today or having a quiet one? Back from running errands and food shopping. Productive hour? Nice. I saw some models to sell today. Nice. What kind of models are you selling? Painted stuff or unpainted? Never thought you would say this, but you have too many tanks. Built and some undercoated. Nice. You're just gonna go eBay, or do you sell them to like a store? Troll tighter? Yeah, I thought you might, yeah. Good prices and easy. It's sort of worth it then, isn't it? I've never used them. I should really check them out at some point. Guard tanks and things you bought when you depressed to distract you. Yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with a bit of retail therapy. If you can afford it, that is. would never recommend retail therapy to someone who doesn't have the spare money to use, but if you have the cash, sometimes it's just a thing. Troll Trader, they're resellers, aren't they? They buy and then resell. They must have to shift. They must have to shift an awful lot of models to be able to make that a worthwhile business model. Do they have a physical store, or are they only online? Online? Yeah, makes sense. It'd be, I don't know how sensible of a venture it would be if they had to also pay for a shop venue and stuff like that, or like a location. So if they pay decent prices for the stuff they buy, they still need to make some profit when they resell, but it still needs to be cheaper than buying new, obviously. Yeah, possibly. I like the idea though, it's such a cool thing in my eyes to essentially give unwanted models a second chance. Do not touch arm. Do not touch the arm. Terrifying. Do not know why I did the skin color first. Not as lucrative as selling the rare stuff to specific collectors, but with the rise of 3D printing, the rare stuff isn't rare anymore. No, true. Very true. Even if the rare stuff isn't official, I think people still will buy even 3D prints of the stuff that they want if they can't find the real thing, or even if they can, like the difference in cost is crazy, right? So it's sort of understandable. No, exactly. If it's not made anymore, you don't have to buy this single model that might be missing an arm or whatever from some collector somewhere who's charging you an arm and a leg, ironically. It's not really fun to collect things that way. I was also wondering if there wasn't like a case or something. Did I read about like whether or not something that isn't manufactured anymore, if they're still... Because I think Games Workshop, was it Games Workshop who was complaining about 3D prints of something, and then it actually ruled in the favor of the 3D printer because a certain thing hadn't been in production in like 15 years, if not longer. Like, how can you blame people for the Ship of Theseus debate? Yeah, I suppose. I do feel like if things aren't available anymore... Hey Marcus, you alright? If things aren't available anymore, I do feel like it's very unfair to try and reinforce or try and enforce a like an artificial scarcity. Even like, especially if it's something you're not directly profiting from as a company like Games Workshop. If you're not creating a certain model anymore, have no plans of ever recreating this model again, why would you complain about people making their own version? But that might just be me being gullible or whatever. A bit too innocent for the business market, I guess. This whole thing is a glove, isn't it? Don't like that. I think I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to make it a arm protector instead. The bracelet he's wearing can be the wrist edge of it. Because I actually like the idea of the bracer-like thing. Yeah. What does Games Workshop think of this? That is supposed to be purple and gold. Okay. 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 Didn't really realise quite how many gems there are on this thing. Booty. Yeah, George and Alfie are fine. Alfie is his normal weird self. Only comes out for snacks or to go for a poop, really. To have a bit of a mental breakdown, as he always does, and walk around screaming because he's decided that he doesn't like the food that's in his bowl, or he has forgotten that there's already food in his bowl, which is more often the case. And yeah, G's doing well. Took him to the field earlier, he had a good time. Played with some other dogs and played with his bowl, and generally being a good boy. He's under the desk at the moment. He had a busy morning of not doing a lot, so how are your dogs doing? And the rest of the animals, I guess. Catching flies. We haven't really had many flies recently, but yes. Animals are all good. Glad to hear it. This man is so purple. Everything is purple on him. And if it's not purple, it is gold. No, actually, he almost never has his mouth open when he sleeps. He's curled up at the moment, a bit like a doggy pretzel. It's very cute. He does occasionally sleep on his back, but almost never with his mouth open. You're a mystery in-house loo-goer. Yeah. Unfortunately, it does often turn out to be the old bird. They can't quite contain their bladder the way they used to, but not guaranteed. It's one of those things that you just need to keep an eye on, have to catch them in the act, really. It's difficult, though. Is it just number ones, or is it all of the problematic bodily functions? Yeah. Yeah, I guess they get to a certain age where, as long as if you don't have a doggy door or something like that, and even then they sometimes just don't make it. Just don't get there in time, bless them. At least you kind of want to hope it is the older one, because that at least would be a reason. If it's a younger one, or one of the younger ones, it's like, why on earth have you started weeing inside? That's just annoying. Another dog's number twos. Oh. We've all done that again, right, guys? Guys? Have to admit, White Wolf, it's been a while. Like... probably about 38 years. "38 minutes." Do you need me to send you a pack of adult diapers? Would that be helpful? She's not a 10. Yeah, that's like still not great, but understandable. Like you can understand why it happens. Your wife would be grateful. Oh, jeez. $14. Wow. Is it one of the spaniels? Her eyebrows have turned white. Oh, bless her. Yeah. To be fair, they are a smaller breed of dog, so they usually have it a bit easier getting older than the larger breeds. But that doesn't change the fact that that's still a very respectable age. Photographers of pup, she already had white around her muzzle and a white bib. Oh, cute. Yeah, it's a different kind of white, isn't it? It's like actual white as opposed to grey white. I'm pretty sure this gets covered up with something, but still want to make sure that just in case it doesn't. These hips that don't lie need to be represented. Look at his booty, even with a tail on it. I should paint one of these really weird, like, I say weird. It's not weird, it's just a bit thirst trappy, busty anime things sometime. I reckon it's quite fun to paint boobs. I already quite liked it with Alariel, because you can really like use the light to almost fake roundness and perkiness and stuff. It's kind of cool. But I have so much to paint in the coming months. So much to paint. There's a nice nipple ring. Well, Mr. Temptation will put some color on these bits. I reckon he'd like being called Mr. Temptation. Feel like that would be exactly the kind of thing that he would like to be called. Why, yes, thank you. I am Mr. Temptation. I mean, look at me. I am perfection personified. He's beauty and he's grace. Something, something, no chance of getting to third base because he doesn't have a third base. No, let's go. Ayo. 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 Do we just add some of this in? Or an actual purple? Let's try an actual purple. Ook. I have another purple from Pro Acryl. Might have a look at that because these are almost violet. Royal purple. That sounds like that sounds like a Fulgrim color. How going? Much better going. It just felt really crap on Thursday, which was sad time because I wanted to raid and I wasn't happy that I had to sit out. But I basically slept from 6 until sort of like 7:30 the next morning. So not even 7. You did all right without me. Didn't exactly need me, but I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I just felt really dog shit. Really bad headache. Painkillers weren't doing anything. It just it just didn't. Always need you. This is exactly the kind of purple that I need it to be, but it's also a huge jump. So we're going to have to mix it in with some of the The dark plum. How are you doing, Zach? You alright? Alright, I think, yeah. Nick did. They have a barbecue thing at their, well, Holly's full sister and Nick's other stepsister. Not too bad. Trying desperately not to spend any more money with the hobgoblin. Yeah, I want to do something for our local hobby store's winter competition. I've got they announced something of a like, yeah, so I think the entries need to be in by the 6th of December. And it needs to be winter themed. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I don't really know what to do though. I don't really have anything that I can enter for that. And I don't really want to do like just for that change Fulgrim's base completely. And then Nick was like, why don't you do a dreadnought, like a Space Wolves dreadnought? One with a 3D printed kit out and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really want to spend extra money and think be a bit silly to buy this now. And then Nick was like, yeah, but it would be so cool though, like, which dreadnought would you like if you were to buy one? I was like, oh, I'll probably like the Redemptor or something. It just looks really cool. And then he was like, I buy. So he bought me a dreadnought. So that I can enter that in a competition, but I now need to finish Hobby Zone. Ooh, magnetic modular storage thing. I know, right? He is ridiculously sweet. He does sweet stuff like that all the time. He looks after me. But modular magnetic storage, like as in like a travel case or something, or what am I thinking? Oh, like desk storage. Oh, that's cool. That's dangerous. You should post a link or links in the Discord. Let people waste their own money and stuff. Oh, there we go, yeah. I want to see it as well. Yo! Zach Plus. That is so dangerous. Yeah, sorry. You will be. The only thing that I have to save me from that kind of stuff is the fact that I need to have my monitor on my desk and camera setup and stuff like that. So I can't go too crazy on these things. But damn. A friggin' configuration tool as well, you can just build it virtually. Ah. Don't you just hate it when companies are considerate like that? It's like, this is my space. This is how much I can use for this stuff. It's like, oh sure, you can build it like this, and you can add that, and... Like, why? Why do you do this to me? Why do you make me want to buy your stuff? Ah, that's why. It's very clever of them. Other companies can make something that fits. Oh, nice. Paint track you bought from AK Interactive yesterday. Does that work with it? That's cool. Sick. So it's, you can, like, when you design your space, you can select what you already have and put that in there and then design stuff around it, or... Just leave gaps in the thing you build. Oh, sick. That's really clever. And really considerate. All pretty cheap because it's made of compressed sawdust. Nice. very clever, these people. Tapping into the market of nerds with a budget. But if they do stuff like that, like, you kind of feel like they deserve it. Like, this is actually clever stuff, so well done. How many coats of paint did you put on this model? Yes. Yes is not an answer. Well, it is in this case, I'm afraid. You have an idea for the Angron base you're going to try? Awesome. You want to share, or is it a secret? Both valid replies. Although I am curious now. Print up a dying space marine. I'm going to see if you can have Angron stepping on. Nice. I've got this guy to go on the base. This will be the only part painted at the moment. Like that. And I still need to put a dead marine over there. And then he goes on there. Obviously we are only judging him, so he's it's more of a, this is how I want him to be. He's not going to be used as a model to actually play with, so we're only judging the model. But I want the model to look cool, so. And this is yeah. But I'm a little bit concerned about the time constraint. I'm coming up. Yeah. I know I still have loads of time. No, it's not. That's what we talked about like ages ago. Like, are we allowed to use a bigger base? And it was like, yes, as long as you don't put what's on the base, or as long as you don't make or assume that's what is on the base will be judged. Then because the base he comes on is tiny, like tiny. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. It's just really stupid, and I don't like that. If I'm not going to be using him to play with, then he can have a bigger base and look cool. No one's judging his base anyway, so yeah, it's just annoying. Like I get it. Like for play that you need to have a certain base size and you can't have anything massive. But if you're not going to play with them, then tactical rocks. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, this thing, he's built on this. I have no way to get him off this. Like it's all like the base and this section of tail is just part of the model, and then this section of tail is put on that and that. So it's all. It just feels very restrictive, which is fair enough because they obviously. Yeah, they need things to be a certain way, so I get it, but it's like, ugh. Let me make my model. Which is what I'm doing, so here we are. Can always stick Angron on a bigger base as well. Be able to do some more with it then. Like, I very much doubt John and or Will are even painting yet or all that worried about the competition, so just do what you want to do. So haven't fully decided what you want to do with the base. No. You have time. Like, I want to say I have time, but with the speed that I paint, I'm a little bit worried, especially because I also want to paint that dreadnought for the Langdon competition. I'm gonna have to really make a move or get a move on, but it's fine. It's fine. Stuck between two ideas. One very lava-y and go for Isail, Aduazu, yeah. An absolute clusterfuck of skulls. I mean, both are valid, aren't they, for him, so... You could do a mix of both. Skulls with lava flowing in between skulls. Obviously, it's not very realistic-like, because the skulls would just be gone at that point. But who cares about realism when painting Warhammer? Am I right? Actually, you should very much care about realism when you're painting Warhammer, because we're trying to create an illusion. I was like, yes, thank you, James. No. Tiny drop of Are you saying Warhammer's not real? I'm saying Warhammer is as real as you want it to be. I'm saying you should paint things however you want to paint them. I think that's the the take home from that one. Dinner, more glazy. We keep coming back to this. How many layers of paint are on this model? And the answer being yes. How are you doing, Jace? You alright? You really need those panel liners back in stock. You got a lot of shading to do. Yeah, I mean, you could get an oil wash and do it that way. Not as easy as the AK ones look, but... Creative license whenever anyone asks you about light source. Yeah. 100%. What's your light source? The one that looks the best. In other words, there, and there. Don't judge me. I feel like creative license is an absolutely fair response as well. Like, why do you care where my light's coming from? Do you know there's not 6 suns on this planet? This fictional guy is stood on. Exactly. How do you know? He might be completely perfectly lit from all sides. How do we know? I feel like this is especially true when you're doing OSL and non-metallic metal kind of techniques. Like you have to be able to decide sort of for yourself what looks good. And I, for one, think this booty looks good, so it gets light. Yes, he does in fact have a light bulb up his arse. What of it? Yeah. Very much that, yes. It's like, why do you care? Explain to me how light works in the warp, yeah. Also valid. Although I feel like James from Siege wouldn't approve. He's all for realism in paint jobs. Oh, hello. He's been here a while. He has his kiddo. Stag's Nest Minis. Mm. Oh yeah, it better be primed before she gets home. Wouldn't want to piss off the missus. Oh, it's done. Cool. Oh yeah, they're really cool. He was really nice. Mm. You've been talking about Silksong a lot. Nice. Are you playing it? Yeah. Nice. It's not my kind of game, but it looks very pretty. Completely understand that people are very much loving it. Right. I've got my apron. I haven't worn my apron in ages. Don't paint and jumper now. I try not to. I've been fairly tidy. I mean, if I was going to airbrush, I'd probably wear my apron now. But I haven't worn it in ages. Because I wear it, and then I wear it back into the house. Because I've got a load of stuff that I need to take back into the house with me. And then I forget it, and I leave it on the chair in the kitchen. My silly sausage. Ooh, it's stretch. Hi, cat, you alright? It's a good stretch, nice. And hydrate, thank you. Going to have to decide fairly soon what kind of gold. You're okay? Yeah, I'm not bad, thank you. I'm working on the armor on this guy, and a little bit scared. What does it's nearly yellow. Okay. So probably definitely auric armor gold as a highlight, but what do we use as a base? Don't want to use a speed paint because it's going to be too thin and I'm going to be scared it will run into the cracks. So I'm doing it a little bit to box colors. Not exactly. I'm sort of taking inspiration from it, but not necessarily following it to the letter, because my wings are very different color. Like the wings that I'm doing are that, and he's. So it's very different, but also I want to sort of a little bit boxy, but not super boxy, which is yeah, a thing apparently now. Greedy gold. Could do that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how they're looking. I wanna do a like, ooh, Christ. Bring out a bit more contrast, so I want a slightly harder, yeah, literally just grabbed it. A little bit more contrast on the wings. I want a little bit like punchier highlights on certain sections, because of how they are, this really needs to be, because insides are probably alright the way they are. But yeah, the outsides I want slightly more, maybe a little bit more shade in the reset, but I'm a little bit scared to touch them now because I'm quite happy with how they look, so I'm like, But yeah, they're he's coming along. I'm quite happy with the progress I'm making on him anyway. I was gonna do the Liberator gold, but it looks like it's almost, yeah, this pot I think is a bit dead, so greedy gold, greedy gold, greedy gold, and then possibly a Reichland Flesh Shade or something on it. God, this is just flippin' awful, isn't it? Work in progress. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa, sick. You're going for like proper 3D vertical. I feel like that could go into a like a poison dart frog terrarium, which is basically exactly what you're going for. That's really cool. Oh no, Liberator wouldn't be the start. That's too it's too pale in a way. I need to make a second pot for my Sorry George, don't worry. I'm not doing anything. I'm just making a water pot for my metallics because I don't want to end up fricking my water. Yeah, you didn't mention the dragons going in there. That's so cool. What did you use to make it? Is it expanding foam? Look what I'm using for a water cap. Yeah, it looks amazing. Right, here we go. Yeah, the backdrops, yeah. And for those of you wondering, no. I will not be doing non-metallic metal. Why, you ask? Because I don't like it. Ragland over greedy gold, live through your custodian's recipe for the monster. Nice. Started with modelling compound and quickly ran out using a mix of plaster, Paris, and okay. Yep, that works. It clearly works really well, so do. Basically a homemade version. It is very fun, isn't it? It's like a grown-ups paper mache. I'm beginning to understand why people don't like chaos trim. Painting trim is not a problem unless you've already spent ages on everything that's around it. Doing adulting around the house. Nice. No lumpy. I need to blink more, clearly. I made my very first Vinted purchase the other day, or last night really. I've been staying away from it, thinking I would probably end up buying something that I don't like and then I can't return it, or it doesn't fit, or whatever. But I just don't want to buy more Amazon garbage that just breaks. Blink redeem when, yeah. So I'm going to a wedding early October, and normally I would wear, or my first reaction was, oh, I'll wear that dress that I bought for the other wedding I went to. Because I never go to weddings. I don't have enough friends to who would like invite me necessarily to a wedding, so I don't really have very many opportunities to buy anything fancy. So I bought, for another wedding, I bought a dress, and I thought, okay, that will look nice. I can use that for weddings and stuff. This wedding comes up, dress code, no green allowed. It's like, okay, crap. So my other dress is out. And looking at my wardrobe, the only other things that would be sort of remotely wedding appropriate, everything's black. And I don't want to wear black to a wedding. That just feels weird, because I don't really have enough accessories to style it in such a way that it doesn't feel like a black dress. Yeah, I think so. I thought it was nice. It was something that I felt comfortable in, which is, I think, the main thing. I very often feel either overdressed or like, yeah, it doesn't feel very nice to wear dresses. And Yeah, I'm really hoping that this... I've bought a dress. Yeah, well, to be fair, like they did just have a dress code, right? Their bridesmaids are wearing green, so it's one of those things. Ooh, Nick's on his way home. So I bought. Let me see if my email actually will show what I bought. Probably not, but I think I took a screenshot. Didn't I take a screenshot? I did. Well, it's not very... Oh, it's not great. Anyway, this is it's a little bit like it feels a little bit like 50s style. It's like a blush pink with flowers and stuff on it, and that sounds really kitschy, but I think it's really cute. And I'm hoping that it will look really cute. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, I get that. So they just said no white for the bride's dress, obviously, and no green because the bridesmaids and all the bridal party are in green. So he said, like, unless you want to be in the bridal party all of a sudden, you're best not to wear green. Let's see if I should be able to find it if I actually go on Vinted, I think. Bear with. See, I think it's really pretty, but I it's that one, which I think is really cute. And yeah, I'm hoping that it will. Well, for one, I'm hoping it will fit because it's Vinted and it's like I can't exactly send it back for a second for a different size or anything like that. So fingers crossed. Otherwise, I'll just have to wear. I've got something in my wardrobe, but I've worn that I've worn that to work in the past. Bear with and doesn't bear. Brah! There you go. That's my bear. Could reach out to the bride and ask for the favourite colour so you can try to work that into the outfit. Well, I know they're not difficult people at all. They are the they're the people who normally look after George when we're away. So they're dog people. They're really, really nice people, and they wouldn't send me home if I was wearing green, but I don't want to take the piss and do something that would upset them on their day. The last one he went to was 2009. Must have been something like that. When I think mine was the last wedding I went to was in the Netherlands. One of our friends from our gaming community got married. And the last one before that was one of a colleague at work. And that was many years ago. But yeah, these people actually care enough about us to invite us to the day event and to the meal and everything, which is, well, I find that quite touching. I don't normally, well, we don't really get invitations like that very often, so it's nice. Last wedding you went to was yours. When was that? You've been best man 3 times. You only have 1 friend left to get married. Fingers crossed it's not you again. But that is... It's so... It must be so nice, though, to hear that someone cares that much about you, that they want you to be there, like their right-hand man at their wedding, which is something that, yeah, Every wedding you went to happened between September 23 and September 24. 6th anniversary in May. Wow. People keep asking me when Nick and I are going to get married, and I don't even know my own ring size, so I'd feel very it's a bit unfair to expect him to show up with a ring one day when I don't even know what size ring I wear. Can't imagine making a speech saying speak up. It is massive pressure, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, just don't accidentally say again when someone asks you to be their best man. I think that's gonna be that'd be upsetting to all parties. I've never been best man because, well, have you met me? One of them was easy, to be fair. It was best man to a female. Oh, nice. Yeah, no best man speech when it's when you're technically maid of honor. You want to be in Ipswich registry office when you two get married purely for tax purposes. Yeah, it feels so unnecessary. Like, don't get me wrong, I would like to get married at some point. But I wouldn't want like a big ceremony or anything like that. The idea of that just freaks me out. For one, I don't have very many friends to invite to my wedding. I will feel right. Yeah, why not be maid of honor? You can be maid of honor when you're a bloke. I think it's possible. But yeah, I don't have a lot of people to invite. I don't have a lot of family that I'd want to be there. So it's going to be a small affair regardless. So yeah, it feels like why make a big deal if it's going to be small anyway. If you ever get married again, then you know your folks won't come. They've already said so. You've already asked your best male friend to stand in. Oh, nice. I mean, dick move from your parents to not want to come, but you were surprised how many turned up. It was nice getting a photo of you with all your brothers, brother-in-law inclusive. Oh, nice. You'll be flunches, yeah. Yeah, you and Holly can both be my maid of honor. And please let my my hen do be something like a painting party or something like that. I'd be mortified if it was one of the, like... Yeah, I don't like the idea of getting hammered. Just because you have to, kind of thing. Anyway, I hope that dress fits. Nick's best man. Yeah, possibly. Have to make a. I doubt it. Oh man. He would probably say, no thanks. Thanks for making it weird. I think the twins have already been best man once for Nick. So maybe he could spice it up. Fiddlesticks. On your way, like there. Hindu is a farce. They organise a tapas thing in Glasgow. Completely not your thing. Oh. What? They organised your Hindu to go to tapas in Glasgow and you... They went anyway when you didn't go? Off for a shower. Thanks for the lurk. Your twins were your best men. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I don't know if I've told you guys about this, but back when I worked for my previous company, which is now like 5 years ago, I had quite a close friend that I made there. I helped him through some pretty difficult times with a breakup and spoke regularly, like a couple of times a week, even after we both didn't work there anymore. Or I didn't work there anymore and he did a completely different job. Used to go for like walks and stuff, and it was always, we were quite close. Or I thought we were anyway. Until I saw on Facebook that he'd gotten married. And I was like, that's weird, we talk almost every day. How did you not tell me that something of this magnitude was going on in your life? Like, I knew he had a girlfriend and I knew she was pregnant, which I thought was a bad shout, but here we are. But didn't even know they were engaged. And he's like, oh yeah, I told you on a night out. I was like, right, so that's the perfect time to tell me that you're going to get married, because even if you did, like, what are the chances of me remembering that the next day? Because that's clearly the most important thing that happened during the night. Anyway, so I was like, well, congratulations on getting married. Bit strange that I had to find out from Facebook, but here we are. And he was like, oh yeah, it was quite a small affair, quite a small thing. Didn't really invite many people, and I looked at the photos and it was like giant gazebos with floral arrangements, bunch of people from my old work were invited. He had a freaking owl on his hand on in one photo. Like, this was not a cheap wedding. And I don't even wanted to be invited to it. But clearly this was something that was big, that had been going on and had been on his mind for a long time. And he just didn't tell me about it, which made me really confused. Like, what is our friendship if you're not going to tell me things that are that major? So I told him that I kind of wanted to like reassess, have a bit of a rethink, because I didn't really think that our friendship meant the same thing to him as it did to me. And basically didn't hear from him for over 2 years. All of a sudden, earlier this week, out of the blue, hey, how you doing? Like, it's a bit weird. So, yeah. October 23 was the last time I heard from him. Completely shut me out after I told him that I was not happy with how he treated our friendship. And all of a sudden he's talking to me again. Because apparently he's had a health scare, and it's made him think that he needs to... he wants to be better at being in contact with people, with his friends, and who've had a big impact in his life. Spoiler for yeah, I know exactly what we're going to do for your handy. We're going to cabin in the woods, we can do arts and crafts, and a big telly, so we're going to watch a bunch. Yes! See, that is it. Yeah, I don't know what he wants. He just apparently wants me back in his life, but I don't really understand why, because he didn't care, clearly, 2 years ago, so... Yeah, cool, welcome to the whole situation chat, yeah. It was... and I was heartbroken at the time, 2 years ago. I was honestly, like, this is someone who I genuinely thought was a really good friend, and he's just completely didn't tell me the biggest thing that was going on in his life during that time. And now all of a sudden he had a health scare, a close friend of his had passed away, he had a big sea scare, and suddenly he wants to talk to me again. I'm like, why? Didn't care for 2 years, why all of a sudden now again? You remember it well. Yeah, I was hurt. Yeah, so I'm just a bit like, if it weren't for the fact that we'd been talking for the best part of like 2 years on a at least weekly basis, but usually more than twice a week, I would have said, you know what, just even if he didn't want me at his wedding, just tell me, like, look, I'm gonna get married and my girlfriend is weird about, or my fiance is weird about me having female friends or whatever. Just tell me. Like, I don't want to get dressed up for a fucking monkey show. But he didn't even tell me, and that just felt so weird. Had a health scare when it comes to accessible, expendable people. Yeah, that's it. I was like, do you want to have a little moan at me and then get sympathy or something? Like, yeah, it just felt really off. So he asked, and then he asked if I still speak to other people from our old jobs. Like, yeah, actually going to the wedding of one of the other people in a couple of weeks' time. So I felt quite good about being able to say that. That was funny. Emotional abuse. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt to me. Like, it's like, find your friends, you fit a certain role, you fill in something they need. Sometimes you're just a part of their life. Not, yeah. I don't know what it was. It was particularly delicious, wasn't it? Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Being able to say, oh yeah, these people actually want me at the whole day of their wedding. So there you go. Yeah, and I know that I'm not the easiest person to be around. I know I'm not like everyone's mate, and I know that I'm difficult. I forget to make or keep in touch with people. I forget I'm not. I'm not an easy friend to have, I think. But I am fucking loyal. Like, I am. I will bury a body for you if you need me to. But it's I might not remember to text you, but I will come save you. Well, no, something. No, it's just not. No, you say that, but I genuinely, like, I might love people to bits. But if I'm tired, which is almost all the time, I forget to contact people. I might think about them, but I just don't reach out. And then it's weeks and weeks later, and I realize, oh shit, I haven't talked to them, and they haven't spoken to me, so they must not want to speak to me. And then I have my whole self-doubt thing again, which is fantastic. You try not to be the one that can cry, see? You're with me, we're being our best, you get to be the unhappy around me for a few minutes tops, then we're doing something about it. Nice. So wait, you're a human being. Yeah, I know. I know. I want to be a good friend, but I often turn into like the agony aunt, and I don't want to be just that. Like, don't just talk to me if you have shit. Also talk to me if you have fun things to tell me. Obviously also talk to me if you have shit, but I don't want to be... That's a Tism thing. Yeah, I think it is. Do I need to book a long drive to kick your butt? I live with so many spice people who learned from your eldest daughter not to be hurt when she doesn't message you for weeks. You headed to the Ren Fair again. Don't have too much fun with that. Have so much fun there, mate. I hope you have an amazing time. If you buy anything awesome, put it in the chat, because I want to see what you get up to, because that sounds amazing. If I had a Ren Fair anywhere near me, I would go whenever I could as well. But yeah, I know it's a spicy thing, but I also don't want that to be an excuse, if that makes sense. I try and warn people that if I don't respond or don't like reach out, that's not anything to say that I don't want to speak to them. That it's more me either forgetting or not having the mental bandwidth to deal with it or to reach out. But not everyone is willing to put up with that, which is fair. I don't blame them. It just means that my my friend group is fairly limited, because not a lot of people put up with tism shism. You find Twitch to actually be good for having convo with people that's everyday stuff, but that's real, not just crisis stuff. Yeah. You do know I have a sieve for memory, right? Yeah, I'm the same. My memory is shocking. Absolutely shocking. It does mean that I get to enjoy cool things usually more than once, which is fun. Struggle making conversation full stop, good or bad, unless you hear someone talking about a topic you have input for. Yeah. This is also why my streams, unless people are talking in chat, tend to be quite quiet. Because I just usually don't really know what to talk about, other than just saying what I'm doing on the painting thing that I'm doing. Like, I usually can't really think of things that are interesting enough to share with the rest of the world. But yeah, it's like, usually I don't mind it, but sometimes I get a little bit annoyed with myself for being so forgetful, and I just The neurosparkly friends you gather, the more you learn it's not an excuse, it's just about embracing the bit of yourself that neurotypicals balk at. Yeah, I suppose. Same with talking in stream. Yeah. And knowing that people who matter do not care. This is also true. Or will just be honest with you, right? Like if there's something that is a problem, then they will tell you. I always hope that the people who care realize that if I say that something's bothering me, that it's not a reflection on them, but more on me, and that I'm not asking them to change, but just to be aware. None of this meeting about the random bush anymore, yeah. There's a reason you're on the committee. Oh, bless you, thank you. Well, I really appreciate it. You have no idea how touched I was when you asked, and I felt so bad for freaking forgetting the first meeting. I normally set alarms on my phone for that kind of stuff, and I put it in my phone as an appointment, but I forgot to set an alarm for it, so I wasn't paying attention, and then I saw your message. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that I forgot. Stop it, silly. You've done this to me before, asked me to stop joking about certain stuff, because you're being silly. Oh, well, I appreciate you appreciating it, because I'm usually I can take a joke, and most of the time, I mean, I take the piss out of myself all the time, to be honest. I know I'm a basket case, so that's the song that I was thinking of the other day and couldn't remember. There we go. Yeah, I'll quite happily make fun of myself, but sometimes things just hit a little harder than they should, really. Tism is a weapon. It has what appears to be faults to neurotypical people types, but the advantages are astounding. They can be, yeah. You're just worried about it was all. Don't mind forgetting. I do. Oh, bless you. Thank you. I appreciate the forgiveness. I felt and still feel really silly about it. So here we are. Yeah, I need to reach out to my GP to see if they even got confirmation from Psychiatry UK, because I haven't heard anything yet about my autism referral. Oh god. Glob. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people would be upset about it, Zach. It's like, oh, it's just joking. I was like, yeah, I know. I know you were just joking. I'm not saying that you can't joke. I'm just saying that it's important, or I feel like it's important, that people know the kind of response it gets. But doesn't mean that it's not funny, because in a way it is really funny. Because, you know, people would have just been weird about it. Yeah, this happens too often, really. I'd much rather people just tell me when something's bothering them, and then I might feel bad about it for a bit. But at the end of the day, please speak your truth and tell me what you need, because as surprisingly okay as I am with feelings of other people and understanding what makes people tick, I balls up too. So your eldest Holly is one of the most direct people you know. She has cut long-term friends off for small things, but when she's done with someone, that's it. No second chances. You admire is kind of scary. Yeah, it's terrifying, because it's yeah, that's someone you love, and they're cutting people out of their lives when for something that might potentially be, or might feel like something small. But then she might not perceive it as something small. It might be something that means a lot to her, so... I definitely did feel bad, but what was worse... Oh no! You allowed me to rectify the situation by telling me. Yeah, no, that's true. I didn't say it to make you feel bad. It's just one of those things, like... I'd rather we both know what's going on than that one of us is getting increasingly more agitated over something that is supposed to be funny. And to an extent it is, but it's never for no reason. Ads. No, but something... It's hard to speak up about these things. Anything that is important or that means a lot can be extremely difficult to talk about. So it's I always hope that people who care deeply about something will tell me. Because if I haven't twigged on, chances are I won't. And I wouldn't want to upset or hurt a friend or any of that. So welcome back. Yeah, no, I know it wouldn't be for no reason, but something that can look small to the excuse me, on the outside might feel huge to her, which is valid. All these things are valid, which is what makes it so difficult. Good lord, this is going to take 6 years, isn't it? It's getting there though. You don't know, I'm being honest, you don't even remember what it was anymore because you also have dog shit memory for this sort of thing. I mean, I never wanted to go, oh bless you. Oh, this was the fight for second place thing. Which, at the end of the day, it should be a compliment, but it just stressed me out. Do any other spicy friend have RSD? What is RSD? Like, I might have it, but I don't... I've only recently come to terms with the fact that I might not be neurotypical as I thought I was most of my life. Rejection sensitivity. Oh god. Yeah. It's one of the main reasons why I don't reach out to people, because I'm like, oh well. If they wanted me around, they would invite me, kind of thing. And then feeling really, really bad if someone tells me something that, like, if I've hurt them or whatever. Before you were on antidepressant, you were right, timid fucker, it's true. Intense physical pain. I don't have physical pain, I think. But it will knock me for 6 for days. Sometimes. I'm just so worried that... But yeah, not the same as that. Holy moly, it sounds like the heavens have absolutely opened over here. Constantly apologizing for even the tiniest mistake. Oh yeah, I do that too. Oh man. Sorry. No, I feel really bad. It's very lucky the first pairs I tried were the best. Oh, nice. I think your over-apologetic nature and overly cautious one came from running into faux pas after faux pas and trying to prevent it. Oh man, it's one of the most difficult things there is, because you end up walking on eggshells in every single situation because you're so worried you're gonna balls up in some way. Oh shoot. Thanks for the weather warning. I think it's heading this way, yeah. Make sure to solve the person will also make take up of real estate. Yeah. It's exhausting, really. Overthinking everything. Oh, don't. The things certain people do and say, it just mind-boggling. Sometimes I wonder, like, do these people even realize the impact that their words have? Oh, and Zach, that invite to that Discord, that's really nice. It's it is a really, really, really nice Discord, and people are awesome over there. Plus, you get to see all the RoseCon posts and stuff when things get going. You got a thunderstorm. There's one thing that makes you anxious: lack of consideration for others. Yeah, it's. I'm just sitting here trying to think of a single situation where I haven't been worried about how it would affect someone else, and there's just people going around through life not giving a flying fudge monkey. Thanks to your heads up, you got the laundry in. Nice. Lightning the worst. Oh wow. We live in a society. I know we do. It's crazy, isn't it? I walked a dog earlier, and the lady I speak to sometimes on the dog field, she said that the weather would start at 3. It's an hour and a half late, but it started. Whisper block, nice. Some people do not have empathy. Like, their brain as an animal is made a certain way, others were raised a certain way, we can grow. Yeah, true. That's true. think a lot of people can learn to be more empathetic. Like small kids need to learn how to share their stuff and how the things they do and say affect other kids. Damn, it's growling out here at the moment. Holy moly. Thunder. But yeah, not every kid is able to do that. You're over empathetic, you struggle with it, is why you overload a lot. Yeah, I'm the same. I feel like people basically everything people do hits me pretty hard. It's one of the reasons why I don't watch the news, because I just can't understand why people do the things they do. Looks at Lightning Raider, jealous. Being a sociopath doesn't make you a bad person as a baseline. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't agree. I don't think that people who struggle to be empathetic are bad people, but they have to work a little bit harder at not hurting other people, because I don't quite realise how the things they do and say can affect other people. Balls. You're using it against you where it works. Yeah, this weather this morning is been and gone now. Well, that makes sense. It's blown up from the coast. Down south. I hope George doesn't want to go to the bathroom anytime soon. I really hope that Nick has made it home safe. Heading home now. Oh, he's not quite home, I think. Had to walk through a flood to get your meds. Oh no! The things we do. Look, you wear your Crocs. Yes, I guess so. One thing you taught all your kids, especially with being spies, so you don't have to understand why something hurts someone else, just that it does, and it's a bad thing to do it, so don't. Yeah. No, I get that. That's a good way of thinking about it. Even if it's something that wouldn't make them feel bad, doesn't mean that it doesn't make someone else feel bad. So... A neuroscientist uncovered a dark secret. Ooh. I will leave that open for a bit and read that later. It's the whole social cues that can be hard to teach when they don't pick up naturally. Yeah, I get that. It's I mean, it's hard enough when you do when they do pick it up naturally. Proper crashing it down. Yeah, George, I heard it too. Big old bangs. Big old bangs outside. Thank you for guarding me. You're a very brave little dog. Everyone's socialization is different and their cultural yeses and nos. Yeah. You love a good storm. I don't like them. It always stresses me out. I worry that like a tree is going to come crashing down or something, or like Nick is driving at the moment. I want to text him to say be careful, but I know he always is anyway. And also, if I text him now and he wants to read it while he's driving, then he's having to faff about with a bloody screen in the car. And I'd much rather he just be safe and not get distracted by my message to be safe. You struggle with this a lot because your mother weaponized her emotions, so you can't tell when people are being manipulative or actually hurt. Ugh, God. Even village to village, street to street. Yeah, I guess so. Your abusive eggs use your own against you, but you always doubt yourself. Oh my God. Why are people such dicks? Honestly. Yeah, big barkies. Big barkies outside. Yeah. Yes, thank you. You're a good guard dog. Listening out for the thunder. Yeah, he's... We don't really often get, like, proper storms here, and when we do, we're normally in the house, so the sound is not as... doesn't carry in the same way, I guess. It's hard work to be caring and supportive, and to be there, it's easy to ignore, walk over, and as... Yeah. It's also emotionally draining, because it's very easy for people who need the support to take more than you are able to give without damaging your own mental health. Without listening and all you're awesome. Ah, bless you. You've been out of it 13 years, was in it for 17, don't know if you'll ever get over it, but you know I have a lot of support now, and that and 3 years of counselling and counting. Yeah. And you are awesome too, Ben. You're the best. One of the most genuine and friendly people I know, so... And incredibly resilient and hardworking, and... yeah. Crazy strong. Hugs to all. I don't hug. Ew. Ew! Physical contact with people I... don't really know. We're gonna have a virtual headbutt. When your ex went in from a smoke break and her co-workers told me she was crazy, but in a throwaway fashion like they could have been kidding. In case I ratted them out. Oh wow. Yeah, that's scary stuff. Yeah, big thunderstorm. I feel like I've been very lucky and dodged many a bullet in my life with when it comes to partners. Like I've never had a truly bad one other than one who just didn't give a shit, which is problematic I suppose, but anyway, someone had warned you. Turns out several people knew what he was like but never said anything. What? 2 different mental health professionals diagnosed her through her behavior, so it kind of helps. Jeez. Oh, fiddlesticks. And obviously I've hit boyfriend jackpot right now. Which is unfair to the rest of the world because they don't get to enjoy them the way I do, but it's yeah. Got enough issues, problems here, so you're being willing to talk about it being awesome. Full credit, keep being awesome. Oh, bless you. We do try. Sent you a joke on WhatsApp because this chat is too nice to hear it. Okay, I will. I shall check it out later. Nice, yeah. I feel like that's another one of those things where, like, people always say, like, oh, you're such a nice person. And, like, wait until you get to know me. My boss is always forever. He keeps saying that I'm too friendly, too chill, or whatever. But he hasn't seen my meme library. You're actually super manipulative, so you don't really talk about that. Nivian! You made it home! I was worried. The weather was scary. You drove through the storm, jeez. Hi, boss. George has been on guard duty here. Every time there was a thunderclap outside, he was barking, bless him. A very good guard dog. Last great storm took the youngest from chasing it. It was so much fun. Oh wow. Storm chasing. I always find nature doing its thing pretty scary. It's like the ocean is another one of those things that I just really struggle to appreciate in the same way other people do, because I find it so overwhelmingly big and you videoed with someone, she was videoing for you. Awesome. Last big storm, you had a blew up a house. Lightning strike literally blew the lid off the house. What? Jeez. See, that's why I'm scared of storms. Well, not scared, but I don't like it. A lot of people are like, oh, I love it when there's a storm. I sleep really well. And I'm just lying there, lying awake, waiting for it to pass. So one of my friends sent me a picture the other day of a very near miss they had at their house with a house fire. And I feel like I should probably share this with you guys as well because it is truly terrifying. It's the kind of thing that you need to know. Scary things with bungalow, jeez. You get a buzz. So these are my friends who are getting married soon, and they had a weird smell coming from, well, they went out for doggy agility, came back like 9:30 in the evening, 10:30, and the house smelled a bit weird, like a plasticky burny smell. And they walked around the house, couldn't find anything, and then he decided to make a cup of tea, opened the fridge, and realised that the fridge door hadn't closed properly when they left, and the light inside their fridge had been on the whole time they were away. Yeah, so if you're going to be checking your hobs and stuff before you leave the house, also check to make sure that your fridge door is fully closed, is all I'm saying. Because that is scary stuff. Yeah. It's the kind of thing you don't really think about, like, can my fridge burn my house down? The answer is yes. Yes, it can. Is it likely? No. Yeah, indeed. I was, yeah, I was kind of shocked with, how much damage one small light can do. Good lord, how much bloomin' gold do you have on your kit, mate? Mate, honestly, mate. This is why you always start with trim. Yeah. It's probably a good shout, but I always worry that I'll get like really dark paint on it if I do. But in this case probably would have been the better play. I just don't think I quite realised how much there was when I when I started, which is a bit silly. You found a pick of lightning strike. Ooh. What? That's... Wow. If that was a BBC News article, feel free to post that in the chat. Nightbot shouldn't shout at you anymore. Hopefully it stopped screaming. I've seen other links go through without issue, so it should in theory be all right now. It's pretty upsetting picture. Yeah, oh dang. Ruined. Looks like a secondary fire. Yeah, you probably, yeah. Ruined. You're in storm sighting in States. Wow, like actual like tornadoes and stuff. That used to be I think on the Discovery Channel they would go storm chasing. John, how are you? Thank you for the lurk. Quickly contained, calling it four doors away. It's terrifying, really, how the power of nature. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I'm having a trim day. Unfortunately, it was quiet for tornadoes, but this did see a lot of storms. So it's awesome, really, the stuff nature can do. Pretty scary, but still awesome. Go on then, Goldie Nips. That nipple, man. It's just... Much like a single man preparing for a night out. We're trimming. Hey, always be optimistic. I've only just realised he has like double nipple rings. He's got 2 chests. Oh man, this guy. 2 sets of arms, makes sense. 2 shoulders, 2 chests. I get it. We trim in always. Keep it tidy. Yeah. It's quite nice to not have to go flossing when you go down on a partner. Two of everything. What, Hannah? The 40k Fulgrim have 6 6 testicles. Look how many ball bags. 3, obviously. Yeah, he would know that, because that's the kind of lore that is important to him. To be fair, if I knew any lore about Fulgrim, I would know that too. Probably. He's all ballback. Not wrong. Oh. Bollocks. These little sacks down the back of the tail. Ooh. Just notes from painting. Yeah, it kind of weirds me out that he has two pairs of nipples. But considering he has 2 pairs of arms, it also... It makes sense that he has two chests and... I don't know that I'd be decorating them on my armor though. If I were him. Like, why are you putting a little sun on your nip? It just seems... a little bit odd, but here we are. Who am I? Kept in a tail, oy vey. Lots of animals have more than 2 nips. Yeah, obviously, like... Most of them, actually, I think. Not the monkeys and primates and stuff, but... anything that walks on 4 legs, I think, generally speaking, will have more than 4. Or more than 2, anyway. But I don't think... somehow I feel like he wouldn't want to be lumped in with the animals. But Celeste typically has more than 2 pairs of nips. Yeah. You've got 4, yeah, that's fair. Quite a lot of people do, actually. Maybe not a lot, but quite a few people have more than 2. It's usually 3 or something. But yeah, it happens. Looks to the Keeper of Secrets. I still have to paint her. I was going to paint her for next year's painting competition. Or her, it, whatever. Yeah, what about second scrotum? Yeah. Thanks, Pippin. Next year we haven't had a pattern Nivian power. No, that's not what. No, I'm thinking about doing Iron Skull, which is obviously way out of my league, but I feel like if I push myself to do these things, I might actually improve. And I thought Keeper of Secrets would be a cool model for something like that. Nick is working on his PowerPoint though. I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to New Year's and all the Warhammer related shenanigans. We have to ask if Holly wants to come to New Year's this year. Oh, I see. You also? Nice. This year she might not have to go to family stuff. Yes! Include her in all the things, absolutely. Don't know if Nick is still in the chat, but he should do this thing. It's going to get confusing. Eldest daughter is Holly as well. Yeah, I did. I saw. Yeah, this is Nick's sister, Holly. But we can refer to her as Konsu in here if we need to. I think her Twitch, I think, is Konsu. Konsu something. She's coming with us to Warhammer World this year on our annual pilgrimage to Mecca. We're going in December, and she's been sort of interested in painting and stuff. She always sends me these Instagram posts of really ridiculous paint jobs of people, so... But like me and the rest of us here in the chat, I think she collects hobbies like they're going out of fashion, and then does them for a little bit and then forgets about them. So in other words, she fits right in over here. Need to get her figured out. Thank you so much for hanging out, Kat. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to speak to you again soon. And enjoy dinner. You're almost doing Welcome to My Arena. Sort of. But yeah, we keep going on about how awesome Warhammer World is, and I think she's finally caved. This is kind of weird to me. Like, certain parts of this model are so incredibly detailed and intricately sculpted, and then other parts are a lumpy mess. Like, look at this filigree and look how small that all is and how tiny, and then look on the inside here and it's just one... see the light coat. It's just one lumpy mess. And I know there's a head going in there and no one is going to see it, but it just feels a bit meh. Where do the wings attach? They attach in there and in there, and they go up almost vertically. I'll show you one. They go like so. So I'll need to... You can see the joint there is not super clean, so I'll need to fill that as well and then repaint it. But yeah, they go on like this, which is a fucking bananas pose. In my opinion, I think it looks amazing. He's got so many gems on him as well. Didn't realise that until I started painting the filigree. Idiot. Cool, cool. Time is up. 5, okay. Still have a little bit of time. It's kind of cool that the shoulders are asymmetrical. It's a bit of a mindfuck, but it's also quite cool. Just give me a guy screaming at me. Really? God. Twitch does not understand its audience. Sometimes. So yeah, I'm listening to this chill stream where the loudest thing you'll hear is maybe a bit of laughter sometimes. There is a fix for this. It is money, yes. Yeah, there's this. If you don't want to sub to a specific channel, which is fair enough, you can buy their Twitch Turbo or whatever it's called, I think. It allows you to watch things without any ads, like any channel. I believe. But then you're giving money to Twitch, which can't wait for the gift sub, you big cutie. Well played. It's another way to say your stream is appropriately chill. Yeah, it is, yeah. If the ads are making you jump out of your chair, then I must be doing something right. Whoa! White Wolf. Random and Gary got one. Nice. I'm actually boiling in here. I should probably turn the AC on for a bit. I think I have the remote here. I do. That's what I get for wearing this massive jumper. Mid-checkout. Well, you're both too kind to Gary. You're gonna sell my Fish for Subs program and buy Turbo, yeah. Yes, I was not available for this user. Me, huh? Yeah, sorry. I have turned the sound down on that, but for some reason it still is bonkers loud. Fast trigger finger. Well, it helps if Twitch already has your bank account details, so you just have to press the button, right? I can't! My is empty. I can drink some paint water, but I'd rather not. You have a special Twitch account? Bonk. Bonk. In my phone too, so you have to. Oh yeah, you have to go to the browser. You have to be careful because if you, yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, Google be greedy. To the paint water. All right. All right. It is fresh, fortunately. It's not been sat there for weeks, which it sometimes does. I brought it in earlier today. You just pay the extra because lazy, which is fair. Nah, it's fresh. It's from literally from a couple of hours ago. It's still grim water because it is just British tap water, but yeah, it's not my metallics paint water. Grim. I said grim, good day, sir. Good day, sir. I said good day. At least on this bracer thing, I haven't actually done much to the color underneath yet, so I don't need to be too precise with the gold. Good day, sir. I said good day. That reminds me of that meme of that otter that's does the lean. You've collected all of the level 1 emotes. They are pretty cute. Bracer, I hardly know her. Exactly. Reaching through the weapons. Try and paint this. Have a wedding late October. Have to make sure the suit fits. Very nice. I have a wedding early October. And I'm hoping the dress fits. Hopefully it will arrive soon. Sure, old man, you're a trim fella. Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to be bursting out of his... Oh, I thought I heard something.
For your hydrate.
Oh, for my hydrate? Oh, nice. about you? My hydrate. $75.8 kilos. That's a very respectable weight. Suits you, sir. Suits you. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that arm thing. Very yummy cup of fresh piss. It does look a bit pissy, doesn't it? It's I think a peach and tropical kind of like squash with fizzy water. Fizzy piss. Need a drink. You're in luck. That was nice. 55 in hospital, so happy. Wow. Yeah, that's huge. And nothing wrong with a bit of fat as well. A little bit of what you fancy does you good, as they say. In this economy, I know, right? My boss told me to buy a what's it called? Oh shoot, what's it called? Soda Stream for the office, which is great because I love sparkling water. What isn't great is that he still hasn't installed the water filter, so I don't really want to use it until we have a water filter that means that I don't have to drink chlorinated water. We have the filter in the office, but it needs to be installed. You'd think that with payroll full of handy guys, that would be an easy thing to get installed, but they're all sparks, they're not plumbers. And supposedly this whole thing... Why do I have gold on my tail? What? Sorry about the shout, that was not... Please come off. Oh my god. Ruh-roh, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some touching up. Cause it ain't coming off. No idea how I managed that. I mean, I have an idea how I managed that, I just don't know when. Long enough ago that it's dried in completely. Bar Stewart. Bet he'll like that. Oh, Fulgrim, gold on his tail. Filthy snake bugger. Me rubbing his tail like that. Nice. Yes, girl. Rub me like you mean it. Like, I mean, Fulgrim, I do mean it, my guy, but not for the reason that you think I do. Well, who am I kidding? The man's a snack. Touching up. That too. Yes. It's true, I am a legit snack. Right, this is a lot of gold. Can't remember the last time I painted anything that needed this much gold. Welcome to my world, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would pick Custodes as my armor. Army. They are cool, but they're not my kind of cool. I say that. There's very few, like, 40k factions that would make me go, yeah, boy! I do want to paint a Tyranid sometime. Realised the other day that I've never painted a single Tyranid, which is kind of outrageous, really. Sons of Horus Heresy too, yeah, true. You wouldn't pick the traditional colour scheme for Custodes. Yeah, probably that. That's probably it, yeah. To be fair, there's just very few fully armoured armies that I would pick. Like, I like it when things are lots of different textures and yeah. I'll paint all of this gold. And then I will make the in-between bits of some of these a different color, I think. I'm gonna need to spend a bit of time cleaning this brush out. I should not have used my nice brush for metallics, but at the same time I didn't want to use a shit brush for Fulgrim, so Death Guard is then. Personally quite like the purple silver scheme for the Custodes, yeah. That, but I also like to paint faces, which I know a lot of people absolutely hate, but I actually enjoy. And like animal-like things, like Tyranids sound cool to paint. I thought about Necrons, but that seems a little bit boring to paint so much metallic. Nice and quick if you use like reasonable basing schemes, but black and red armor looks good on them too. Some of them have faces. Yeah, I know. Not shitting on Custodes in any way, because I think they are a very cool faction. It's just not something that I would personally get super excited about painting, mostly because I just like things to be a bit weird and, you know, not super serial. The good Necrons are the big ones, yeah, it's true. Probably like doing Sarek. You have a Sisters army coming to paint. Oh, nice. I do like Sisters, but you're probably going to end up doing like non-metallic metal on them, aren't you? I started that and I found that incredibly, well, not very satisfying at all. So I finished it with true metallics. Probably not. No, the Sisters to White Wolf. Non-metallic metal Necrons, oh my god. I feel like that would be suffering. You tend to do NMM on one-off models. Yeah, now that makes sense. It's not so fun in the rank and file troops. Gotta say, I'm glad I'm not doing non-metallic metal on this. Do not have time. The Nightbringer you'll be doing non-metallic. Yeah, that makes sense. Keep going over it to look for sections that I might have missed. Keep finding sections that I've missed. Like this bracelet, like his thing in his armpit here. Jadis, hello, you alright? Oh yeah, I think he knows what it is, more like the horror of painting Necrons in non-metallic metal. Would be, yeah, I wouldn't Brilliant, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I don't think I would want to paint a full Necron army non-metallic metal. I might do like a one-off or something again, but I think in theory, like for people who enjoy non-metallic metal, it's probably Fulgrim probably would have been a good model. But I just don't see myself trying to struggle in armpits with with non-metallic metal. You tend to do the Void Dragon in MM2, jeez. I mean, your NMM is really good. And I know that it's... yeah, obviously it's practice. That you get better with how often you do it. You go easy, go for Helldrake, yeah. Following your footsteps, and I would probably... Yeah, I would not have a good time with that. I would be sad. I still think you're a little bit crazy for doing that, but the result is there, so... Getting better slowly, yeah. I think that's the thing, right, with these skills, like... We slowly get better at all of these things, but... Certain things you just want to be good at straight away. You're a very bit crazy, yeah. I know. I mean, I was gonna go with a slightly harsher comment there, as in, like... The things I would do to myself if I made myself do, non-metallic Helldrake, but... I figured... Probably best not to, bring that kind of comment into the conversation. You could just lurk in the shadows and browsing channels to see if there are any new techniques for you to learn. That you want to learn, yeah, that's fair. Have you found anything new today? I'm gonna freehand runes all over Arm on White Wolf 2025. Oof. Oof. Famous last words. Oh no, just starting? Alright. Well, I'm not using anything unconventional, I think. Other than a good old helping of come on, you can do it, from the chat. Which I feel is a sort of technique, in a way. A little bit. I do like freehanding, though. About this dreadnought that I'm planning on doing, I'm planning on doing a wolf freehand on him somewhere. His panels are a bit small, but I might be able to make it work. So I think it would be cool. You've done the runes, now you need to glaze the highlights and then reinforce the runes, yeah. Have you posted any pictures in your Discord of the runes? I haven't actually looked, if I'm honest. Right, I think... Oh, just gonna say, I think that's all the gold. Looks at bracelet. That's more gold. Cool. I've basically managed to exactly put enough gold on my palette, which is a surprise. A welcome surprise, but still a surprise. Oi, oi, oi. And sitting here, I think, ah, cool, I think I've done all the gold. You love that feeling. You're behind on posting pics because you hate your progress on them. Yeah, I know that feeling. It wasn't until yesterday that I thought, you know what, I need to post some pictures because this was on Instagram. Excuse me, because I just, yeah, hadn't posted anything in ages. And I was like, I should really, really stop being a little girl and just post something. But yeah, so I thinking, oh yeah, you've done most of the gold, and then I realised actually, oh dear, something fell and I don't know what. Oh, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that. George, can you see what I dropped? Please. Something fell, something small. Oh no. Oh no. Aw, sick. Getting there. Getting there. It was something very small. Oh, here it is. It wasn't even small. So yeah, I've got more gold to do. This and that on his chest, and there's some feathers here, and there's another hip cloth thingy that still needs work. So yeah, that's but that's for another time. We've done the gold for today. It's been a day. Yeah, it's all bits that still need to go on here. So he's got this thing goes on here somehow. Yeah, like that. And then he has these hip banner things which go on his butt there. One here. And then he has little feathery things. And this sort of goes on his chest. That goes there. Let's get a move on. You're nearly finished. First place basically mine. Well, first place finishing maybe. Actually, Nice Boys finished second. But yeah, I'm making progress, but I have a lot left to do. Like, so much left to do, and I'm freaking out a little bit. I need to paint more, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, let's have a little look, because it's getting to the time of the day where I need to start making a move, because I have my World of Warcraft stuff to do soonish, and I still need to eat. So let's have a little look to see who is online on the land of Twitch. The wizard arrives exactly when he means to. Yes. Let's go. He's doing Total War. Let's go Hereticus. Hereticus.
If this is like gatekeeping, you should see.
They're at the moment looking through some Discord, I think, but also in the middle of a Corn Berserkers apparently stream. So that sounds like something that could be fun. So I'm going to send this over to Hereticus. And thank you all so much for today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the new follows and for the chat. And it was honestly, it was a pleasure having you all here. And yeah, thanks again. Hopefully to see you all again on Wednesday. That'd be cool. I'm wondering if I have anything to do on Sunday. I feel like I have something to do on Sunday, but I can't remember. Anyway, I might do another stream at some point, but yeah, we'll see. Have a lovely rest of your day. I'm going to create a raid. I'm going to send this over to Hereticus, who was a pretty nice guy last time he was in my chat, so I thought I'll send this over there. Have a lovely rest of your Saturdays. See you all soon. Bye bye.